Portia Sabin is one of the most influential people in the Northwest music industry. In 2006, she took over the reins of the legendary punk rock label Kill Rock Stars. She's been involved in the leadership of many music organizations, including the American Association of Independent Music, the Recording Academy, and the Rock and Roll Camp for Girls. And she currently hosts a radio show and podcast about the music business called The Future of What. But it all started back in the 90s when Portia played in a variety of punk bands.
I started as a drummer. My first, well, I don't even want to say how long ago. I've been a drummer for a long time. I played in bands for a long time, and I was lucky enough to, my band got signed. We were from New York City. We had a record deal with a small label. We got to tour the country, make a couple records. I took one drum lesson, and after that it was just me playing. And I love that. I mean, I think punk is my heart, right? So I'm like, that's the way it should be. You should just do it. If you think like you want to do it, just do it. And then when that band ended, I decided to go into management because I wanted to take the small amount of information that I'd gotten and help my other friends, my musician friends.
Portia is currently the president of Kill Rock Stars, a record label that was a crucial part of the Northwest music explosion of the early 90s.
Kill Rock Stars was started in 1991 by Slim Moon, who was living in Olympia at the time, and he wanted to sort of document the scene that was happening there. He started by putting out some spoken word, 7 inches, by himself and some friends. And then he followed those 7 inches up with a compilation of his friends' bands, including his next-door neighbor, Kurt Cobain's band. And he put that 7-inch out, CD out, that compilation CD, in August of 1991. And Nevermind came out in September of 1991. And that compilation sold 25,000 copies and funded the label. And then he ended up going on to put out Bikini Kill and the local Olympia band Unwound, and then Bratmobile and the British band Huggy Bear. So very quickly, Kill Rock Stars became sort of the headquarters of the Riot Girl movement. And then in 1994, Slim signed Elliott Smith. And in 1997, he put out Either Or, which is to date Elliott Smith's best-selling album.
More recently, Kill Rock Stars has put out albums by bands like Horse Feathers, The Decemberists, and Gossip. Portia will bring her considerable experience to the Upstream Festival Summit, where she'll be one of the keynote speakers alongside Macklemore and Quincy Jones.
The Upstream Festival is being put on by Paul Allen, which is exciting. He's trying to celebrate Pacific Northwest music. I mean, we have a long tradition here. I think the most interesting thing about the festival, though, is that they're doing the summit, and the summit is, to my understanding, sort of modeled on the way we do it at South by Southwest. So they're having 4 keynote speeches, and then they're having breakout sessions all day, so smaller groups of people can get together and discuss the issues together. And I think that's genius, because that's sort of the best part of South by Southwest, is meeting people and discussing the issues.
And for musicians trying to make it in the business, there's a lot to talk about.
My keynote is on data and analytics. I'm going to do more of a fireside chat style. So I'm going to have 2 or 3 other industry professionals, and we're going to discuss their experiences.
Portia is no stranger to talking about issues like these. Her podcast, The Future of What, tackles all aspects of making it in the music industry.
I think the takeaway for everybody in the music industry at this point is we have to be nimble. We have to be on top of it. We have to pay attention to the trends, and we have to be ready to change with the times.
Upstream Music Festival's event is just 2 weeks away. You can find information on tickets, artists, and a whole lot more on our website at seattlerefined.com/upstream.